Hi, 7th graders. I just wanted to take a few minutes and go over what we talked about yesterday and how to build a 1-point perspective drawing. You should have this packet, and this goes over everything you need to do to create your rough draft and your final project. This first chunk is what you need to worry about today and tomorrow. The final project, we will talk a little bit more about everything that you need on Monday. So if you just kind of read through, you're just doing a rough draft to get your final ideas down and to really practice drawing the city out. I want to make sure that you have a clear understanding of what to do before we start working on a big piece of paper. For your fantasy city, you are going to have to come up with some sort of theme. So in here, I list your city could be a holiday themed. Maybe it's Valentine's Day themed and everything in your city revolves around Valentine's Day. It could be really futuristic where there's flying cars everywhere. Maybe a Western town, old style Western. Maybe you have a town made up of food items. You could have a town where everything's covered in animal print or something. Just really whatever you want. I'm so open to this. I want you to kind of have fun with it. But the first thing that I want us to do is to get our basics down because we need to understand how to create a city. So this goes through, like I said, your final over here, but on this first sheet, I'll go back. There are expectations for your rough draft. We need to indicate your horizon line and vanishing point. Draw a road. We need a minimum of 3 buildings. Make sure that there's 2 buildings on at least one side of the road and that they're right next to each other. Draw at least 1 door, 1 window, a sidewalk, and incorporate your theme into your buildings and decorations, just so you can get an idea and I can get an idea of what you are doing for this project. Okay, so let's flip to the back page, and I'm just going to kind of start you off, and then I want you to kind of figure this out and just be really creative. So the first few things that we have to start with are the horizon line. So you're just going to draw lightly. Make sure you have that line. That's not very dark. That's a little bit better. Hopefully you can see that. So make sure that you have this line down. That should be a little more clear. And then you're going to put your vanishing point. Sorry, that's my dog. You're going to put your vanishing point somewhere on this horizon line. I'm actually going to make mine go a little bit to the right of the center point. The first thing that you need to do is build your road. So you're going to draw lines from that vanishing point to create your road. Okay, so this is going to be my road. You can then make another line from your vanishing point a little ways from the side of your road to make a sidewalk. So that's how we're going to build our sidewalk. Remember, in 1-point perspective and any sort of perspective, straight lines and using a ruler are so important. So here we have our sidewalk. I'm going to show you how to build a building. So I'm going to do 2 buildings on this side. You are going to begin with a shape. I'm going to work with rectangles. So that's the side of my building. Here's the bottom. I have to stop it because it can't go into the sidewalk because that's not very accurate. Connect my building here and then straight down. Okay, erase any lines that you don't need. Okay, so now that I have my shape, I have to figure out what sides I need. This shape goes through the horizon line, so I'm not going to see the top or I'm not going to see the bottom. But it's to the left of the vanishing point, so I'm going to see the right side of the building. So just like we did on our practice sheet, we're going to connect this corner and this corner to the vanishing point. Connect the corner. Go just a little ways. Don't go all the way because you'll have a lot of erasing to do. Okay, now we have to stop these lines from going on forever. So I'm going to stop it. I'm going to make this building kind of short and tall. Make sure it's parallel to this line, the line that you create. Right about there seems good. And then I can erase these lines because I don't need them anymore. I'm also going to erase my horizon line because I can no longer see it because I have a building. So this is my first building. I'm going to build a building right next to it. When you do something next to it, when you build buildings in a row, make sure you do the biggest one first and then go towards the vanishing point. Also, when you build your first shape, you won't be able to see some of it because it's behind the building. So all you need to do is, if I'm going to have like a square shape come out right here, if there's a building, I'm just going to build part of that. So I'm going to draw my line out. This is the side of my building. Draw my line down. I'm going to go farther down a little bit. And then I'm going to go over. Okay, so now I have the side of my building. This could be like an alleyway or maybe a parking lot or something. Here's my shape. It technically goes like however long, but we can't see this side of the shape because there's a building there now. So I'm going to do the same exact thing. Grab my corners, put them to the vanishing point. You notice that when you get closer to the vanishing point, the corners, when they line up, it's pretty severe, this angle. Just make sure it's like that and you don't make the angle a lot wider than it actually is. Build my line so it goes down. And here I have my next shape. Erase your horizon line because you no longer need it. Can't see it. And then here's my next building. Okay, so now I have two buildings next to each other. I'm going to bring that a little closer so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, to build a door or a window, it's exactly the same thing. Anything like the buildings. So anything that's facing you, you would just build it straight. There's a door. Here's a window. It's facing us, so we do not have to angle anything. If it's facing the road, you have to angle the tops and the bottoms. So for a door, I could have my straight sides, but the top of my door has to go to the vanishing point. So it would look like this. Straight sides, top goes to the vanishing point. Same thing for a window. Say I want a window right here. The top and the bottom of the window have to go to the vanishing point. So line up this corner, draw my line, line up the bottom of my window, and now I have a window in perspective. This is only if the windows and doors go to face the road. If they're facing you, like here and here, you can just draw them with straight lines. So get your buildings on here, get some windows and some doors, and then get your decorations. I just want you to kind of practice and see what kind of things you would like to do. And then on our final project, you can move around your buildings a little bit more, and if you like, and you can add more details.